This meeting is being recorded.
A very good evening to all the Toastmasters and my honored guests. And let me welcome our new joining Toastmaster Girish and to the guest, the TMOD, Neeta Patil, and to our very much close guest, Ankur Arora. Today, I, Toastmaster Nitin, the Sergeant at Arms, welcome you all to the meeting number 693 of Toastmasters Club Bangalore. Toastmasters Club mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Toastmasters have people from diverse backgrounds. It helps people to become more confident communicators and leaders. I request you all to uphold the cardinal principles of every Toastmaster meetings, which are: keep your microphone muted at all the times except when you are invited to speak. Keep your video on at all times unless you are moving in and out of the room. As an encouragement to every role taker and speaker, please make sure to approach them generously, virtually. Role takers and speakers will consciously refrain from expressing their views on sex, politics, religion to ensure the sentiments of audience are not hurt. With this said, let me now invite our presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Bidu. Toastmaster Bidu is a part of Speech Weavers over 2 years. He is a part of Toastmaster over a year now, continuously, and currently he's the Vice President Education of Speech Weavers. In professional life, he works in a sports-based startup. He's a sports enthusiast and an avid movie lover. He became a part of Toastmasters because as it helps him improve his public speaking skills. Speaking it, let me call upon the presiding officer, Toastmaster Bidudas. Over to you, Toastmaster Bidudas.
Thank you so much, SAS Toastmaster Nitin. Good evening again, Toastmaster and guests. Thank you for joining Speech Weavers Toastmasters Club's meeting number 693. As a presiding officer, I declare the meeting to be open. Today, I am pitching in for our regular president, Toastmaster Shubhadeep, but as always, it is an honor to host all of you. At Toastmasters, we join for a variety of reasons. Some join for improving their public speaking. Someone joins to develop the leadership skills. And for some, it is a socializing event. But all those diverse reasons culminate into a single overarching goal, which is to make ourselves a little better every single day. So I appreciate every one of you who took time of their busy schedule to join us today in any capacity. Some are taking roles, some are joining as guests. But I'm sure for the next 1.5 hours, we will all have a great time. Today, we have some interesting people who have joined us. We have our target speaker, Toastmaster Ankur Arora, who have joined Speech Weavers, I think for the first time. Toastmaster Ankur, if you want to come on stage and tell a little bit about you and your journey in Toastmasters, it would be great for us as a club.
Thank you, Vidu. So, hello everyone. I am Ankur and I joined Toastmasters 2 years back roughly, but I couldn't continue at that time more than 2 months. But I've recently, around 6 months back, I started again at Hoodie Toastmasters club, and since then I'm pretty active and I'm working on myself to getting better at becoming a better orator on a daily basis. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ankur. I think the part that you mentioned that you had joined Toastmasters, taken a break and again rejoined resonates with most of us. I also joined Toastmasters in 2018-19, took a break, and then again the pandemic allowed me to join a club which is in Bangalore. But right now I am in Delhi, but I'm enjoying my association with Toastmasters as well. We have Pragya in this meeting. Pragya, we would like to know what are your expectations out of a Toastmaster meeting? By the way, are you a Toastmaster?
Okay, I'm Toastmaster Pragya Maheshwari from Rajasthan Toastmasters Club Jaipur, and I'm expecting some good outputs from the illusion topic of the TMOD. I'm looking forward for that.
Same here. I think a lot of us are interested and actually intrigued by the poster that was designed by our PR team, and we really look forward to the topic which our TMOD is going to share. But before that, we have one person who is really ready to tickle our funny bones. I invite on stage our joke master for today, Toastmaster Girish, to tell his round of jokes. Over to you, Toastmaster Girish.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bidu. Hi, everyone. Good evening. So, I have a minute of 2 minutes. And I'm in Bangalore actually, and I'm married, and it's been like 4 years. So, at the time of my young time, like started dating my wife who is here. So, she used to ask me one question. Now, also, she asked me that question: how much you love me? So, I need to convince her, right? So I'll be saying her, I love you as much as I love my, if my heart is like a mobile phone, you are like my SIM, honey. So she'll be saying, oh, how much you are loving me. So I think she's not updated. She don't know that my phone is a dual SIM. Maybe. Luckily, she didn't notice that. And one thing, when I started my career, I was a recruiter. That time I was staying in a office. They have arranged an accommodation, so we cannot leave to single, right? Sometimes they'll be putting some new colleagues coming. So one day they give me a list, and in that list I saw a name which made me surprised. His name was Shah Rukh Khan, and I was working in Mumbai. And every day I was joined as a fresher, so every day my parents will be calling, checking how my day went. So I said, "Mommy, today Shah Rukh Khan started to come to my room for sharing my room." She said, "What? Shah Rukh Khan?" Okay. She cut the call. I don't know if she went to the neighbor to share the news or not, but he stayed living there. When I saw him, at the evening he came. Morning I got the list. Evening he came to my room and rang the bell. I opened the door. My full expectation went wrong. Shah Rukh Khan, him, I don't know where to match that thing. Maybe his parents were very much fond of Shah Rukh Khan and named him before he born. Luckily, he had all the humor facts from Shah Rukh Khan. So evenings we will be having a chat, and I'll be asking some normal chats with him. So career started, right? Everyone having an ambition about how to earn more and more. So one day I asked him, Shah Rukh, is there any way I can double my money? He said, it's very easy. Where is a note? You just fold it, it will be doubled. What? He has answer for all conversations, all questions. So one day I started sharing my love things with him. Like I was saying, I am not earning much. Do you think my salary will be enough for my partner to satisfy her? He just started thinking and said, yeah, I think it will be enough for her. But what will you do after that? Okay, again. Okay. So in Bangalore, I came after 4 years. I started living here. COVID started. So my building, we were alone for 2 years. Nobody started coming here. Recently, one family came here. They had a 7th standard child. Children are very smart. So I asked him, how old is your daddy? He said, he is as much as old as I am. What? Your daddy is as much as old as you. How? Because he became dad when I born. So he is dad only as much as I am old. Okay. He is really funny. His school teacher asked him that there will be a special class on Mars and Jupiter on the coming day. He usually skips the classes. So he looks on how to skip classes. So he given an excuse to the teacher saying that my parents won't allow to travel that much distance for a class. You can have it nearby somewhere. These children's very funny. They find excuses like that. So one more thing I would like to share with you. I think most of the people who have joined in this call are married, and I think Bidu, others are very young. I don't know. Are you others, Bidu? Are you married? I can give a tip.
No, we are not.
I can give you a tip, maybe for everyone. If you don't want to forget your wife's birthday, you know what will happen if you forget a wife's birthday or any date, anniversary? Just try once forgetting it, then never lifelong you will never forget the anniversary date or birthday date. And on note of that, I am winding up my joke of the day. Over to you, Vidhu.
Thank you so much, Girish. Let's give a big round of applause virtually. We can, or else you can just unmute yourself and give a round of applause to the wonderful jokes that has been shared by Toastmaster Girish. Thank you so much. Okay, so before I go into the next segment, I just wanted to tell that when we were a child, one of the things that we were very interested was, at least I was very interested, was magic shows, because it gave us something like we were not in the days of technology where we saw a lot of things which was out of sight. So things like circus and magic were the things that we are actually attracted to, because we saw a lot of things which we could not imagine that things could happen. So this theme is something which I was looking forward to, and Toastmaster Neetu is taking this as her topic in TMOD, and she's also not from Speech Weavers. So along the way, if she can also explain who she is and from which club she belongs, it would be a great for Speech Weavers. And with this, I give the stage to our Toastmasters of the day, Toastmaster Neetu.
Thank you, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Vidhu, for that introduction. I'm Neeta Patil. I'm from TCS Toastmasters. I was a part of Toastmasters during 2017 to 2019, and then I took break from Toastmasters. And after so many years, I wanted to join back any of the Toastmasters club. Then I actually came to know about this Speech Weaver club. So Adarsh and Vidhu, I think they have contacted me, and then I have attended some of the meetings. But finally, I made my mind to join back my home club, that is TCS Toastmasters. But Speech Weaver, I don't know, I have some connection with this Speech Weaver, so I tried to join this meeting as much as possible. So I thought it would be great if I can take any role for this meeting. So then I contacted Vidhu, and luckily I got this role. I'm very, very much happy for this.
Thank you so much. We are glad to have you. And so let's begin
Yes.
on the theme, the illusions.
Yes, of course. And it is my pleasure to serve this Toastmaster of the Day role for today. Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Once again, I welcome you all for the 693rd meeting of Speech Weaver Toastmasters Club. Before I introduce my theme of the day today, for the benefit of guests, I would like to tell that Toastmasters is an international organization founded in 1924. It is a 100 years old organization. It is overspread across 125 countries and over 365,000 members. We, that is Speech Weaver Club, belongs to District 92 and it has a majority of members from Bangalore. However, pandemic has helped them to cross geographical boundaries, and now they have people joining from across India and the world. Every Toastmaster meeting has 3 sections. One is prepared section round, in which each member comes up with a prepared speech based on the level and the project he or she is attempting. And the second round would be table topic section, in which we all will be given the opportunity to think on our feet and we can practice our impromptu speaking skills. And the third and the final section of this meeting would be the evaluation round, in which every role taker is evaluated by a round of evaluators. I hope the segments and the objectives of the Toastmaster Club is clear to all the guests. Okay. Without further ado, let me introduce the theme of the day, that is illusion. I'm not sure what all, what is the expectation from you all, but I will conclude, what was the conclusion that I had for selecting this illusion, that I will tell in the end of this meeting. So illusion, the term illusion refers to a specific form of sensory distortion. It's actually a misinterpretation of a true sensation. Everything we see is our brain's interpretation of our senses. So what if the systems governing our sight were to change? So too would our perception of the world around us. Our brain is one of the most magnificent yet very complex things on this earth. What we see is not always what it seems. Perhaps the most complex mechanism in our body is our ability to see. I think everyone would agree with me for this. That is why most of the times we fall victim to this illusion. So I think we should start seeing some examples of this illusion. Let me share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Not yet.
Is it now?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. Okay. I think you must have heard or you must have seen this famous title illusion which is titled as My Wife and My Mother-in-Law. Okay, raise your hands. How many of you can see a young lady in this picture? And how many of you can see an old lady? Cool. Depending on how our brain interprets this picture, some of us can see an young woman looking away from the picture, and some of us can see an old lady with a big nose. This is what illusion is. This is what most of us fall victim to. It all depends on our brain, how it analyzes that picture. Sometimes, maybe at the first instance, we see that young lady, and then after some time, we start seeing that old woman with a big nose. So everything depends on how our brain interprets the image. Before discussing further about this topic, let's deep dive into the meeting. Now it's time to introduce our general evaluator, who is Toastmaster Joseph. Toastmaster Joseph, I think I have his introduction. Toastmaster Joseph sir has worked as a design engineer for 30 years with some reputed projects like Nagarjuna and Godavari. And also he has he worked as a consultant in Saudi Arabia. As a hobby, he is a photographer. He started off with box camera and now he uses latest technology. And also he mesmerizes the audience with his singing talent. In Toastmasters, he has been a Toastmaster since last 3 years, and he is a member of 3 clubs currently. In Speech Weaver, he was the past president, and currently he is also associated with a club in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. That's so interesting to know about him, right? So please put your hands together to welcome our general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neeta Patil, for the adorable introduction of yours. Thank you so much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Toastmasters and distinguished Toastmasters and honorable guests. Today, I'll be evaluating the entire speech. Not only that one, I will be also helped by 3 of my colleagues who will be playing a greater role in the evaluation. There will be a timekeeper and accounter and as well as grammarian. Today, the timekeeper will be Toastmaster Adarsh. He works as a consultant at 3-profit health management. Wealth management. Of course, health is wealth also. Private limited. He is also the director of fintech company Cobel Deep Pocket Technologies Private Limited. In his leisure time, he loves reading, watching, and writing about football. His inclination towards Toastmasters came because he wanted to improve communication and leadership skills. Over to you, Toastmaster others. Please explain your timer role.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Joseph. Timing is so important in every meeting, and I can tell you for a fact that all of you are looking at your watches right now and you're wondering, aren't we already over time? Yes, we are over time by a sizable margin. So it's a reason why I'm going to cut short my intro and just get to the point, and that is I'll be timing all the speeches and evaluations and table topics as part of today's meeting. And I'm going to be timing it in a very specific way, rather in a way. I'm going to be displaying some cards behind me. So I have a virtual background, which looks just like this. I'll be showing the green card, yellow card, and the red card, one after another. And one thing that you must be aware of is that every prepared speech is for 5 to 7 minutes. And at the 5th minute, I'll be displaying the green card. At the 6th minute, I'll be displaying the yellow card. And at the 7th minute, I'll be displaying the red card, all just like this. And when it comes to a table topic, it'll work somewhat similarly, but except a table topic is for 1 to 2 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds. So at the 1st minute, I'll be displaying the green card. At 1 minute and 30, I'll be displaying the yellow card. And at the 2nd minute, I'll be displaying the red card, and the card will stay on until 2 minutes and 30 seconds is done. And when it comes to evaluation, it is slightly different. The evaluations are generally for 3 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds. At the 2nd minute, I'll be displaying the green card. At 2 minutes and 30, I'll be displaying the yellow card. And the 3rd minute, I'll be displaying the red card. And as I said previously, I'll keep the red card on until 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And on that note, I'd like to hand it back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, others, for this great explanation. I would call upon Toastmaster Bidu, who is a professional with almost 4 years of work experience in startup industry. He's currently based in Delhi, working with Baidung Bhutia Football School as a corporate manager. His hobbies include long distance running, reading, autobiography, and he has a passion to follow multiple sports. Now he's going to play a dual role, both as a R counter, as a grammarian. Over to you, Toastmaster Bidu.
Yeah, so I'll be playing the role of a grammarian because Toastmaster Nadian Selvan volunteered to be the R counter. So
Okay.
I'll explain my role as a grammarian. So as a grammarian, my responsibility is to pay close attention to all the speakers and take note of outstanding usages of words, sentences, and phrases. I would also highlight the improvement areas in places where speaker does not use some of the best phrases. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. And the word of the day is protagonist. And the meaning of protagonist is the main character of a story. I'll give you an example. We are all protagonists in our own story. I repeat, we are all protagonists in our own story. I request the Toastmasters and guests to use the word wherever appropriate. And if you do, I will appreciate by showing a thumbs up and also calling out your names at the end of the meeting. Thank you. And I'll give my report at the end of the meeting once the general evaluator calls me back.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bidu. Now I will call upon the R counter, Toastmaster Neeta Selvan. Toastmaster Neeta Selvan, can you just introduce yourself before you will say about the role of R counter?
Thanks, Joseph said. I'll be playing the role of R counter today. I'm Nadian Selvam from Smutley's, also club coach for Speech Weavers. And I always enjoy being here with this energetic team. As a R counter, I'll be looking out for any and similar sounds used, any short pause or long pauses, any crutch words like and so on. Yeah, that includes so on as well. And any repetition of words. I'll be looking for those things. I'll take a note of that and provide my report at the end of the meeting when the general evaluator, Joseph sir, calls me. Back to you, Joseph sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nadian. I know that you are also an area director in Northeastern Carolina, USA. Warm welcome to you, to our club always. That finishes our tag team role. And is there any listener you have provided today? No listener. Vidhu? No listener. Okay. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for introducing you and your role takers for the meeting. Now, let us start with our first segment of the meeting, that is prepared speech round. Before I call our speaker to evaluate the speech, we have Toastmaster Shubhadeep, whom I now request to read out the speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Days. So the speech today is, one second. Yeah, so it's from Dynamic Leadership, and I believe it's a second speech. So for the speaker, I'm not sure about the first speech because I've not heard. So I'll not be able to comment on what all feedback was there in your initial or the first speech. But coming to the dedicated purpose statements for this one, the purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on a topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. So with that being said, and note for the timer, the speech timing is 5 to 7 minutes. That being said, over to Neeta, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubhadeep. Okay, our speaker today is an architectural designer who hails from Ambala. He loves listening to 90s pop-up music. He joined Toastmasters to conquer the fear of public speaking. I think from his introduction, I could see that he has already conquered his fear of public speaking, but let's see what he has in this speech. So as Toastmaster Shubhadeep mentioned, our speaker is delivering the level 2 speech of Project L1 from the Dynamic Leadership Pathway. So please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Ankur. Ankur, we can see you. Just speak something so that our audio is clear.
TM Neeta.
Okay.
I'll be sharing my screen. So just give me 1 second.
Okay. Just a second. So we have Toastmaster Ankur, an ancient tree, Toastmaster Ankur. The Ankur virtual stage is all yours.
Sure. Thank you. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. So the title of my speech is An Ancient Tree. Well, what do you guys see in this picture? It's a tree with widespread branches. It's a beautiful tree, right? And the only reason why this tree is able to widespread its branches is because it has very deep and strong roots. If we cut down its roots or damage its roots, it will stop growing fruits and stop growing its branches. Well, let me tell you a story of an ancient tree. Well, this tree is the protagonist of this story. Well, it was a beautiful and a flourishing tree with widespread branches and a very deep and strong roots. But around 8th century AD, some poachers came from far land and they started damaging its root and then started cutting its branches. And as a result, the tree stopped giving fruits. For over 1200 years, this tree has faced several atrocities. But as they say, life finds a way. From Bin Qasim to Khilji, from Alexander to Cyrus, from Mughals to British, nobody was able to damage the roots of this tree completely. And that tree, my friends, is Bharatvarsh. Not India, not Hindustan, but Bharatvarsh. A prolific piece of land spreading wide from Himalayas to Kanyakumari. It was a rich and a prosperous piece of land. But for over 1200 years, it has faced several atrocities. And when British left Bharat in 1947, they not just left it poor and damaged, but to a certain level, they changed our education system in a way that even after 75 years of independence, we are still confused about our own lost heroes and our own lost culture. Talking about our lost heroes, we all know about Wright brothers, right? The Wright brothers were the first one to invent the aircraft. But not a lot of us know or talk about Shivkar Bapuji Talpade. Shivkar Bapuji Talpade was the first one who invented and flew an aircraft for 18 minutes on Mumbai Chowpatty 8 years before Wright brothers. He named his aircraft Marut Sakha, which means friend of the wind. But a lot of us don't really know about this information. Moving on, a lot of us know about, most of us know about Egyptian pyramids and the mystery of it, how they were built, right? But not a lot of Indians usually talk about Brihadishwara temple in Tamil Nadu, which was built by Chola Empire 1,000 years ago. And most interesting thing about this temple is that it has, some people say that there's an 80-ton stone which is kept at the top of it. Some people say it's around 15 to 20 tons. I would say even if it's 10-ton stone, it's still a big deal to keep a stone that weighing that much 1,000 years ago without any cranes or any machines. How did the Chola Empire did it? Isn't it an amazing information? Moving on, we all know about Pythagoras theorem. A square plus B square equals C square. But not a lot of us talk about this Sanskrit shalok from Bodhyana Sutra. Well, this shalok literally translates as A square plus B square equals C square. And it was written by Maharishi Bodhyana between 800 to 400 BCE. He developed it to perform yagnas. Well, these are very amazing piece of information. And one of the most amazing, interesting thing about we the millennials is that we are born in an era when all this lost information from centuries ago is coming back to us. But one very weird thing about we millennials is that when this information is coming back to us, we are westernized at a level that we know everything about all the characters of Avengers, but we are not much bothered about knowing our own lost heroes and our own lost culture. It's not completely our fault, because all our OTT platforms, fast food joints, clothing brands, and even the apps which we use, they are all Western. So not completely our fault. But I think it's high time we realize that what we are all about. So should we be completely against the West or Mughal ancestors? Is this what we should do? Absolutely not. Because today, this India or Bharat is very different than what it was 200-300 years ago. We are a much diverse country and much more inclusive country. And we live in a very inclusive world where we connect with all of the people around the world very easily, like what we are doing in this meeting right now, right? So we should be very inclusive about everything. But I think it's we, the millennials, who have the power to re-celebrate our lost heroes and pass this information to our upcoming generations, such as Gen Z and Gen Alpha, so that this information doesn't get lost. And to sum up, I want our ancient tree named Bharata come back to life by celebrating its lost hero, its lost culture, and Vriddhi Sanatana Abhividhoy, which means flourish eternally, inclusively, not separating others, but inclusively. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankur. Let's give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Ankur.
Thank you.
It is really nice to know about so much interesting facts. Great speech. So now I can confidently say that you have already conquered the fear of public speaking, Ankur. So keep going. Congratulations on that part. So now switching back to our theme, let me share my screen again. Is it visible?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So my second picture on this illusion is this good or evil. So I'll just stop sharing this. So how many of you have saw the word good here? Be frank. And how many of you have saw the word evil? Nothing wrong in that. It's just that I said it's our brain interpretation. It's nothing wrong. We can see, and after some time, we start seeing that those both the words, right? So after seeing this picture, what I can feel is that when we look at the world, we are not very good at detecting the absolute qualities, right? What we are good at is judging the objects, that too in the context of other objects and other conditions. This picture actually reminds me the illusion of halo effect. You must have heard about this halo effect as well. Like when we like someone and agree, and when we like someone or when we love someone, we agree with almost what they say. We automatically start giving them more credibility than otherwise, right? We will believe most of them what they say, and sometimes we ignore anyone who disagrees with that person. On the contrary, the opposite is also true. Like when we don't like someone for any reason, we will mostly ignore or we distrust what they say. And we most of the times we will be suspicious on that person, regardless of whether that person is true or fake, or regardless of whether he or she is speaking truth or not. Right? I think most of you have experienced this halo effect in some point of your time. So can anybody share your story of this halo effect? It's all our interpretation. Like, you know, when we like someone, it's like everything is fair. What we say, everything is fair in love and war. So when we like someone, all the reasons, every matters will be good for them. And when we don't like someone, even if they are truth, even if they say truth, we don't believe. We most of the times we distrust them. Any experience from your life? Toastmaster Adarsh, I know you must be having some experience.
Yes, Neeta, I would like you to repeat. I think I would like to get a better understanding of what we're talking about.
It's halo effect is like, see, for example, you are in love, or you like somebody, okay? So when you like that person, whatever happens, with related to that person, it will be fine for you, okay? So if anyone says anything against to them, you don't agree. Even if that is truth also, you don't agree. So on the contrary, if you don't like any person, even if they do any wrong things also, it will be fine for you. You don't believe that, you always believe that that person is right and he is the one.
All right. So I think you want me to describe or probably mention someone that I believe that I have some form of halo effect towards.
Yes.
Now it is pretty simple. Yes, there is someone that I like a lot, and I think I've not been talking about it as much. And there are some people that know about it within the Toastmasters world, and I have been thinking about it quite some time, no doubt. And I am against it when someone does say something about her, because obviously there are certain traits of hers that many people wouldn't like. She is a bit lazy, without a doubt, and she is someone that I believe is a bit reckless, to say the least. But what I like about her quite a lot is her sense of humor. What I like about the fact that is that she is always there for me when I need her the most. She talks to me, she understands me, she sort of gives me this platform that I can use for myself to make myself feel better. And I think that is really what it all comes down to. When you defend someone, regardless of how not so good they may be in other senses, they mean a lot to you. They mean a lot to you. They mean so much to you that you do anything for them. And I think this girl is no different. I would literally do anything for her. Back to you.
Nice to know that. Any other stories?
Yeah, I would like to say that
Yes.
during my marriage, sometimes we meet our family, friends, and so on and so forth. And also some of the time we meet our friends also. So whenever I start describing a lady friend, my wife used to get very jealousy. And if I say she is beautiful, no, she is not that beautiful. So that way we need to have a little bit of differences and all those things. So this happens. Then I gave up not to make my wife unhappy by doing that again. Over to you.
Nice to know that. Any other stories? Okay, let me share my personal story. Like when I joined TCS, there were so many people who was working under my manager. I mean, the moment I joined the office, I mean, they started complaining about the manager. Earlier, I think for some quarters, 2 to 3 quarters, I was reporting to some other manager. So at that time also, I used to hear so many wrong things about her. So, and after some time, I got placed into her project. Because I heard so many wrong things about her, I didn't wanted to join her project. I fought so much that so much to move into some other, but somehow I had to join within her project. After joining, I got to know that she is really a wonderful person to work with. So this is halo effect. This is halo illusion. That illusion has covered me like a blanket. So I was in the opinion of others. So when I started really working under her, I got to know that who that person is. So this is what I meant to explain about that halo effect. Okay, I do have some more examples of this illusion, but before that, let us start our second section of this meeting, which is the table topic master. To conduct this round, we have Toastmaster Nitin. Toastmaster Nitin is currently serving as a sergeant at arms at Speech Weaver Club. He is a chartered accountant student and also an MBA aspirant. In his free time, he would like to play badminton. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Nitin on the virtual stage.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. I really like your stories, and other story was good. Going with the theme of the day, today I would like to be a little creative and funny with the table topics. And believe me, I worked hard to find table topics on illusion. But believe me, there are only 2 or 3 that I could find out. So I thought, well, let's make an illusion myself. So you can see the screen. So what today's topic is, I'll select one person and I'll show the screen. The first number that they see will be the question that I'll ask to them. Is it clear? The first number that they see in the illusion, there are 1 to 10 numbers in this illusion. So whatever the number, and I can't repeat the number, so they have to change the number. Well, let me start now. Let me start with our guest, Jyotika Tak. Are you ready? Jyotika. Hello.
I think the audio is not connected. Jessica, can you connect your audio? Like if you're using a mic, you have to just connect it.
It's connecting. Yeah, are you ready now?
Hi, hello.
Hi. So I'll be showing you the illusion. Whatever the number you see first, you have to tell me. Yeah, what is the number you want? You saw first. 8.
8.
Yeah, as usual. Okay, the question for you is, if there is one thing that you can manage to make it vanish from your life, one thing or one situation, whatever it is, what would it be and why? It may be a situation, it may be a thing or a person, whatever it is.
Can it be like negativity kind of a thing?
Sure, anything you wish.
Yeah, I want to vanish all negativity, negative energy.
Okay, you have 2 minutes to talk, so you can.
Oh, thank you, sir, for choosing me for this game. Negative itself is a very negative energy. I'm a bit nervous here because it's my first time. That's
Yeah, there's nothing to be nervous because
I'll
Yeah, sure.
try to speak negative. Nobody likes to be a negative person or a negative energy because all the emotions which we have when we get sad or when we cry, all these are a negative energy and we don't feel good about it. So that's why I want to vanish this negative energy from my life, and I try to be more positive mindset and try to attract more positive energy to my life. And that's it. That's it. I can't have more content to speak on it.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much. So now let me call upon our another guest, Munish Gupta. Are you ready? Munish Gupta. So I think he's not in the screen. Well, let me call upon Venkatesh Kumar. Yeah, are you ready to take up a chart?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Sure. So I'll show you a number illusion. Whatever the number you see first, other than 8, tell me.
4.
4, that's good. Yeah. Your question is, what are a few fun ways to answer some boring question like, what do you do for work? I meant, if someone asks you, what do you do for work? What are the fun ways that you say them?
Okay.
That you can reply to them.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, TTM, for such a beautiful topic you have given me. Yeah. If suppose somebody asked me that what are you doing right now? I said to in fun moment, I just doing hard work to achieve my goals as soon as possible. I have imagined so many times whenever I met new people, relatives, or my friends, always ask me, "What are you doing, Venkatesh, these days?" I always say to them, I am preparing for competitive exams like UPSC, CDS, FCAT, and I also ask back to them what are they doing. They also replied in what they are doing, and this makes me both of them funny. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Venkatesh Kumar. So now let me call upon Munish Gupta. Are you ready? I think you are. Hello. Yeah. Our guest Pragya Maheshwari. Will you take a topic? Pragya Maheshwari.
Yes,
Are you
sure.
sure then? So you have 2 numbers already completed, 8 and 4. Other than that, what is the first number you see?
6.
6. Okay. Your topic would be, what do you think is the best method to being the most popular kid in the high school? In your opinion, what is the best method to being popular in high school?
Okay. Can I see the timer? Yes, I am. Okay. Can I go?
Sure.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for helping me revive my childhood memories and my school memories. As a high school, we don't have this high school girl and head girl, head boy concept in my school. But yeah, I was too famous in my school for participating in co-curricular activities, for having fun and everything. So I just love to being famous in school. But with famous in school comes with a more responsibilities, I guess. In school days, a famous student should be a person who is good to go with the teachers, a person who is continuously following the rules and regulations of the school very perfectly. I remember there is a culture in my school of keeping our hands back while moving in the corridors. I was so used to of having a hands back. Then in my regular life also, I was always keeping my hands back and all my body straight up and moving like this. I never forgot to wish any faculty of my school good morning. And even when I was traveling after school, I used to wish them good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. And every time when I saw a senior, I used to like bow her down a little bit. And this hands back culture of my school, I think it somehow in my college days it okay, I realized, okay, I'm doing this, following it, this hands back culture continuously. Later on I realized now I'm not on school. And one more thing which I still practice of my school, at every Saturday, every Monday we have a nails checkup. Till today, every Saturday or Sunday, I'll make sure that my nails cut down to follow my school instructions. So to be a famous person, you have to be have to have an ideology kind of. Whenever people say you are a famous or maybe consider you famous, you have an ideology to focus. So I say, if you want to become famous, you have to live someone else's expectations. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That was really great. And you made me realize how I'm missing my childhood also. Let me invite our joke master for today, Toastmaster Girish. Would you like to take a topic?
Yeah, yes. Really. I was
Okay.
waiting for the moment.
What number are you seeing? 6, 8, and 4 are completed.
Is there any number 0?
No.
Okay. 7.
7. That's good. Okay, then your topic will be, were you anytime a victim of some kind of illusion in your life, and what was it? I mean,
Illusion, I think, yes. When we are alone, we'll be feeling like somebody is near, even if we are alone in the room or a place. When we are alone, we'll be having a feeling like maybe it may be a protagonist, like we are the in the story of our imagination. So somebody, everyone is looking at us. That illusion will be always there. We have an illusion, even if we are alone or we are in a crowd. You'll be thinking everyone is noticing us or somebody is watching us, what we are doing. And the funny thing is, even if I'm taking a bath, I'll be thinking, oh, somebody is watching from the window, maybe. So even if, but the exact truth is, right, nobody is watching anyone. Even if we are sitting or we are on a stage, all the people will be thinking about themselves only. Nobody is watching us. That illusion, I think most of the people are having. And the one incident I remember, once I was in my college PG. So it was in middle of a forest where so many stories are there. Like there is a building which was vacant. So I was thinking, my room was near to that vacant building. And one night I need to stay along there. At night I had an illusion like the windows are moving, a wind is coming, the climate is changing. That illusion made me scared. But only one thing I can do is close, have the blanket over my head and sleep and overcome that night. So it is there, and I think it will be continuing. New stories will be coming to life till I am there, and that's my story. Over to you, Vivek.
thank you, Toastmaster Girish, and I think many can relate to those stories. Experience it's just same. Well, yeah, Munish Gupta, are you ready now?
Yes, please.
Yeah. What is the number you see now?
6.
It's already completed. 6, 8, 7, 4.
6, 8, 4, 4.
No, 6, 8, 7, and 4 are completed. Other than that,
3.
3. Okay. So your question is, what fictional place or world would you like to visit, and why?
What fiction?
World or place would you like to visit? Why?
What fiction place, world or place would I like to visit?
Yeah.
I would love to visit the Mars. That's my fantasy. Sometimes I take in a dream, I think that I went in the Mars, because everybody, people, those who are rich, those who have time, they go abroad. Those who are below middle class, they can't afford abroad, they travel within India. But I don't have that amount of money if I have to go over there. I do not know what are the ways. I didn't try to inquire also. That's my fantasy, that I would love to go to the Mars, and I want to feel what is the difference between the Earth and the Mars. And the moment, that place where very, very few people, one can count those who have gone over there. So when I'll come over, when I'll stay there for a few days, I want to enjoy that place in virgin for me. When I'll come on Earth, I would love to share the stories, especially with Toastmaster meeting when I come over there to attend. If there is a topic like that, I will tell the entire story. The topic would be for 2 minutes, whatever topic. I won't stop. I'll keep on speaking what I saw over there. And the timer will also forget about the time. And he would also love to hear what I saw on the Mars. And sometime when I'm driving, I'm happy. So I live in I start making castle in the air, and I have a fantasy. I'm in the Mars. I went over there. I stayed over there. And after some time, I managed to call my family over there. And my family and I, we went there. And we enjoy going here and there. And nobody is there to stop us. There is the traffic. There is no traffic hassle. We can enjoy. And whatever we saw, there were trees. We used to pluck the trees to have that food, which is immensely super sumptuous over there. That's my fantasy. Over to the Toastmaster, please.
That's really great. And let's hope Elon Musk would really find out a way to go there as soon as possible, that you can visit there. And timer, Adarsh, is there time for me to take one more?
Yeah, sure, Nitin. I think there's a bit more time. Yes, you can off another time.
Let me invite our counter for the day, Nadi and Selvam, sir.
Thank you.
As you know, the numbers that have already completed are 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. All right. So other than those, what is the first number that you see?
I'm 8 is already taken, right?
Yeah, 8's already taken.
And 0, you said no. 2, I can see 2.
2, yeah, 2 is there. Your topic would be, if we all have some fictional cartoon characters that we like. If you could hang out with any of the cartoon character, who would you choose and why? Any cartoon character from your childhood, it may be, whatever.
Yeah, if I can hang out with the cartoon character, I would definitely choose one of the Pokemon characters, because my son loves it a lot, right? The Pokemon. And so I'll be choosing one of the Pokemon cartoon characters. You can see him running here with all the excitement. I'm just hearing the name. Definitely my purpose would be for him to be happy as well. At the same time, for me to be there around with the character and maybe along with him, so that I can rub that energy from him and take it with me as well. And another, I can even name a second character, Dora, because my daughter loves Dora a lot. So probably may not be not at the same time, but I mean, for half the time I'll be with Pokemon and my son, and half the time Dora and my daughter. Back to you.
That's very nice, and we can see the real excitement in your son's eyes when you're talking about Pokemon. Yeah. So next, let me call upon our guest, Veera. Are you ready to take a topic?
Thanks for the opportunity. Yes, Guram.
Go.
Sure, then. What is the number that you see?
Number 1.
Number 1. Yeah, that's fantastic. If you have your own late night talk show, who would you invite as your first guest?
Hello, welcome to my talk show. I will invite one of the guests that you all know about. I really only see him in the Toastmasters meeting from far. It will be fascinating to have him in my talk show. And that guest is none other than Felix Benedict. Why would I invite Felix Benedict? Because I see his enthusiasm, his energy, and I see he was very young. How are you keeping up with this illusion, Mr. Felix Benedict? You seem to be so young in spirit, but I see physically you're not so young. So in that aspect, how do you have this illusion? How can we copy this illusion? This will be the talk show that I'll be talking to Felix to share his secret to be young in spirit, because I truly believe people like Felix Benedict are iconic. Why iconic is we don't allow the age to dictate what we are doing now. We be ever young. And when I see people like Felix Benedict and people who are achieving, even though they are very old in age, but very, very young in spirit. So when I see what I see rubs off on me, so that I can always be young and spirited and energetic and enthusiastic. So in that aspect, Felix Benedict will be my first talk show invitee. With that, over to you, Guram, table topic master.
That's really great. And I think all the Speech Weavers members will accept me in this statement that the youngest member of the group and the protagonist of this Speech Weavers Club is our Joseph sir. Yes. And well, the timer, is there any time for another topic?
Apologies, Nitin. I think we're running out of time.
Sure, then. With this, I'm completing my table topics session. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Let's have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Nitin. That was really interesting and illusionary segment, I would say. Well, I think we are well within the theme, illusion. I have another example, and this is my last example, which is placebo effect. Suppose if we are ill, I mean not well, we go to doctors. Do you know that even a fake pills prescribed by doctor can sometimes have a positive result on our recovery? Do you wonder why? This is one more illusion, because our brain considers that they are real. We don't know that doctor has prescribed fake pills. Only thing that they have given the tablets, they have prescribed the pills. We will take it, and our brain considers that they are real pills, and it starts working on the positive recovery. It actually releases that dopamine or endorphin chemicals, whatever is required for that recovery. It starts releasing inside the brain, and that is how we get the recovery sometimes. So this is the placebo effect. Sometimes I think I have heard one example that even we have seen in movies also. A person gets he is diagnosed with any of the diseases, and then what happens? The person's brain already starts releasing that chemicals related to that disease, and after some times they get to know that it's the fake report, and the person has no disease at all. But the person's body, that chemical has already started releasing, and that person actually suffers from that disease, and at the end he might die. So this is placebo effect, and this is my last example of illusion. With this, I would like to conclude my theme, but wait, we are still left with one last segment, that is general evaluation. So to conduct this segment, I would like to hand over this virtual stage to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Joseph sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Neeta Patil. It was really entertaining of your illusions and effects and so on and so forth. We are feeling it, in fact, all those effects. Now, I would like to call upon our evaluator, Toastmaster Subhadeep, to evaluate the speech of the first speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster Subhadeep.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joseph. All right. Good evening, everyone, and especially to my target speaker for today, Toastmaster Ankur. Now, the speech that Toastmaster Ankur delivered, I think for few people, and when I say few people, that includes me as well, who is kind of a histrophile, it definitely was a fantastic speech. I really enjoyed every component of the speech. The places that you referred to, the personalities that you included, you introduced throughout the speech. And at times, I think I felt that I was actually listening to an audible device with pictures, and your narration was wonderful. The reason I say that, I love hearing good stories, and if there is a certain history attached to it, I really love listening to that. And I think you covered all those aspects of a beautiful story really well. The presentation was also a key component. I really loved the way you presented your entire slide that you showed us. That was very well crafted. That it did not seem that you built it very immediately or in hastiness, but it showed us that you actually spent time on building that. And I think it was really, really well done. And to top that, your vocal variety was really good. In addition to that, you also asked sensible questions to the audience, and I think you covered each and every aspect. So coming from a speech level, all the criteria were definitely met, and we loved the way you anchored the entire speech. From a recommendation perspective, I think one of the few of the areas which I would ask of you to challenge yourself, and the next time when I hear a certain speech that might be an audience as well, few areas where I want you to work upon is, number one, utilizing the stage area. The reason is, if you do not utilize this area that you have, in that case, we're just hearing a single array of a setting posture. So we do not get to hear who Ankur or what Ankur can do throughout the entire stage, right? So that actually attracts your audience. And I think another area which I want you to focus on is bringing yourself in front of the audience as well, because eventually you want to hear out or see the person who Ankur is. So these are the two recommendations I have. But apart from this, overall fantastic speech, like I already said, great picturization, wonderful narration, and I think the few recommendations that I added, you will do wonders in your upcoming speeches. Thank you, and over to the G.
Thank you, Subhadeep.
Thank you, Subhadeep, for your evaluation. I would like to have my very simple suggestions would be that your hat gets on voice modulus, because when you're saying a certain thing which is very not known and it is very surprising, your voice modulus should change such that it gives more importance effect on what you are showing. Otherwise, your speech is well structured and a wonderful history you have repeated. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to call upon our, I think I will go for the table topic evaluation, and then I will go for the typing and other things. The first speaker, Venkatesh Kumar. What are you doing with what is the first speaker? I don't know, I could not get it, because I would like the table topic to put that in the chat. I missed it actually. But I would like to suggest on these things so that the first speaker, you should not ask for, say, thanks or anything. You do not repeat also what the question is. You should straight away, because you have only 2 minutes to say. Straight away go to the subject, speak on the, think of the subject for 30 seconds and deliver it thoroughly. So your speech, you are not able to do it because you are a little bit of afraid of it, but you still have to persuade doing it and try to learn and deliver a good speech. That's all I would like to say because of your first speech. The second speech is Pragya Maheshwari. What do you think the best to be popular in high school? That was a wonderful delivery that you have really given as a good message, and from the point of view of your school life, and you have given also a very good message also. It is very, and your gestures are really great. The third speaker is Girish. This is a kind of illusion speech. It's a good delivery, and also a good message was given to you. Please keep it up. In that way, it will be well. The only thing is that you are not giving a gesture, because you have to treat this, even the table topic speech, as a prepared speech, because it also needs a hand gestures and voice modulus also. Coming to Mohan Gupta, this is about fiction. You have really, Manish Gupta has really given a very good message on the illusion of thinking that it's building castles in the air. That was a good message. And it also, he had a good gesture and good delivery. And yeah, only thing is that you should keep up the timings. Nadian Selvan, you have spoken very hilariously about the hangout of the what you call the cartoon. This one, your children are cherishing, simultaneously you are also cherishing. That's a good delivery of speech. But there is no hand gestures, and at the same time, you should have given a little bit of message at the end of it one. And about our friend guest Manovira, thank you so much for, he has put all the your whole subject on me. Thank you so much. It's a good message you have given to everyone. And also, only thing is that you did not give gestures or anything, but at the same time, it is a well-delivered speech. Thank you so much. I would like to call upon now the timer to give the timing report. Over to you, Toastmaster Adarsh, the Rolex of Speech Weavers.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Joseph. I just need a couple of seconds to align this. Just a minute. Yeah, apologies for that. I think it's time for me to present my report as a timer for this evening. I will not be displaying my screen because obviously my timer report is messed up beyond belief. But I do have a sense of understanding of the sort of time that has been taken during the course of this meeting. And in the grand scheme of things, I can tell you for a fact that we are well within time. And I think we also have enough time to go ahead with the other reports. And I think we'll be just well within time. It's not an issue at all. Starting off with the meeting, I think we started off slightly later than usual, but I think the presiding officer was able to make up for it by staying well within time. It took less than 4 minutes. The allotted time is 4 minutes. I was not able to keep track of the amount of time, but I was very confident that it was well within 4 minutes. The joke master for today, Toastmaster Girish, went over 2 minutes. I think it took a little over 4 minutes, which is way over time, but I request him to stay well within time, but I'm pretty confident that all of us will get that. Our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Neeta, was pretty good. I think she entertained all of us, but I think she went over time by around 50 seconds with her TMOD intro, but I think it was pretty interesting. So interesting that none of us even were able to spot that we were way over time. Our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Joseph, was well within time. Congratulations on that. Our speaker, Toastmaster Ankur, was well within time, who took around 5 minutes and 34 seconds, but I'm not sure whether the evaluator would have had comments on whether if Ankur could have taken a bit more time. Of course, he could have taken more time, but it was well within time, 5 minutes and 34 seconds. So congratulations on that. Our table topics master was allotted a total of 25 minutes, but we were a little bit over time during the course of the meeting. But he was able to make up for it by taking a bit less time. But regardless, thank you very much to Toastmaster Nitin. You were able to stuff in as many table topics as possible, which is great. Now I'm going to go ahead and read out the names of all the table topic speakers. We had around 7 speakers today. That is Toastmaster Jyotika took around 1 minute and 17 seconds. Toastmaster Venkatesh took around 1 minute and 16 seconds. Toastmaster Pragya took 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Girish took 1 minute and 41 seconds. Manish took 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Nadian took exactly a minute. And Veera Mano, Toastmaster Veera, took around 2 minutes and 2 seconds. All of them were well within time. All of us were even able to go past the 1 minute mark, which is the minimum time one must speak during the course of a table topic. So congratulations to all of you. The evaluator, the only evaluator for today's meeting was Toastmaster Shubhadeep, who took around 2 minutes and 31 seconds, which was well within time. So thank you very much for that. Table topics evaluator, Toastmaster Joseph, who also happens to be the general evaluator. I will obviously mention the timings of the other reports on the chat, but Toastmaster Joseph took 3 minutes and 30 seconds for his table topics evaluation, which again is well within time. Thank you very much, and back to you, Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you, Adar, for the very detailed timing so that you have maintained very well. Now, I would like to call upon the R counter, Toastmaster Nadine, to give its report.
Yeah, so thanks, General Evaluator. Our counter report for SAA and Presidential Address, I couldn't take note at that time. And with respect to the MC, I could notice one repetition. Your is something she repeated, and then with respect to the table topic speeches, it was considering the nature of table topics, it's quite good. And Jyoti, also congratulations on the first attempt, right? And then other speakers, when we look at Girish had 1 R and 1 crutch word and Munish also had 1 crutch word and otherwise it was clean. And myself, I had 1 R and 1 crutch word and. Apart from that, evaluator Subhadeep, during his speech, he was perfect actually. While reading the guidelines, I think there was 1 repetition in the beginning. Otherwise, just now during my speech, probably I definitely gave 2-3 hours. That's about it. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nadine, for the detailed explanation of your report of yours. I would like to call upon now Toastmaster Bidudas to give the grammarian report. Over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. I'll quickly share my screen. Is my sheet visible?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go to speaker number 1, Toastmaster Ankur. I think some of the good words he used were atrocities. He used the sentence "life finds a way," which is again a decent way to put the message across. And he also used popular terms which are being used very frequently nowadays. So I thought maybe I'll educate people like me who did not also know what Gen Alpha is. So millennials are for people born from 1981 to 1996, Gen Z from 1997 to 2012, and the rest are Gen Alpha, people who are born beyond 2012. In table topic session, I saw some good sentences like leaving someone else's expectations, not allowing age to dictate our behavior, and what I see rubs off on me. Our Toastmasters of the day, Toastmaster Neeta, used words like halo effect, placebo effect, and she also explained the meaning of these terms. She also used very good transitionary words like on the contrary, and also a new word, de-stress. For evaluator, Toastmaster Shubhadeep used the word hastiness, which I think is a nice word. Coming to the improvement areas, so one sentence continuously following rules and regulation is not wrong, but we can change it to showing compliance, in order to improve in a better English. Hands back can be hands behind. And there is no word histophile, so I just cross-checked. It is either historiophile or historian. And coming to the word of the day was protagonist, and it was used by our speaker, Toastmaster Ankur. It was used by Toastmaster Girish during table topics, and also our table topic master, Toastmaster Nitin. If anybody else has used the word and I missed it, they're free to put their names in the chat box. I'll just appreciate them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bidhu, for your detailed report. Now, I would like to give a great applause for the evaluators and the speakers, and also the table topic master, as well as the table topic speakers. Give them a great applause. Now, I would like to go a little bit general remarks, and our the SAS started, I think, 1 minute late because of some technical glitches and all those things. And a little more energy is required. You are a very young man. You should, in fact, put great effort in giving your energy, because that is the energy that will count all over the meeting again. Toastmaster Bidhu Das, of course, you have a great energy. Your voice is very good, and you have done your best in inviting the audience and interacting with them, and also a little bit of explanation that you are giving as a presiding officer of the day. But what I would like to say is that you should also give some sort of how our club is progressing and what are your future programs for the club that has to be taken over. And because these days we have a contest and so many things going on in our club, so your club success has to be once again made known to the audience. Joke master, your joke is really good, but only thing is you have to keep up the timings, because you are given only 2 minutes time and you should not extend, because time is a very valuable commodity. Toastmaster of the day. It was a wonderful, wonderful session. You have carried through all this, throughout the session, about the so many effects that is a illusion effect, placebo effect, and so on. These effects are really affecting all those who are the listening also. And very well you have coordinated with the audience and asking people the questions and answers. It was very lovely, at the same time very educational also, because as you know that the brain is an important part of our body, and therefore you have added more and more educational list in our brain, so that we will not forget, but we will still remember. And I don't know what effect you will name that, if you are, it is a remembering effect or something like that. I don't know. So we also have what is known as the two parts of a brain, where the brain always stores what you study. Overall, you have done a very good explanation on the team, and let us give a great applause for our TMOD for conducting this wonderful session. That's all for me today, and I am also thankful to all my role players and also the supporters of the tag team, and all the people who have taken a very good part in our club meeting. Thank you so much, and it is a wonderful way of conducting the meeting, and it is entertaining and educative. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Joseph sir, for your detailed evaluation. Okay, so to give a final conclusion of my theme, we have seen of illusions, but apart from this technology part, what we can learn from this illusion is that, as I said in the beginning, things are not always as they appear. It's not our senses that cause that illusion, but it's the way our brain interprets it. By now, you must have understood this. So how we can avoid being victim of this illusion? It's simple, very simple. It's just that we should be aware of what's going on in your mind. That will really help us to make better decision in your life, which actually help us to step back from being the victim of that illusion. So I'm sure you all definitely will be very conscious, awake, and aware while taking any decisions when you come, uh, when you know, witness any of this kind of illusion. So with this, I would like to hand over this virtual stage to our presiding officer, Vidudas, Toastmaster Vidudas.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters of the Day, Toastmaster Neeta. I think a very, very well organized theme. As our General Evaluator already mentioned, it was insightful and informative. And I would also just add it was very engaging. And the reason was that whenever you are speaking about some topics which we never heard, like for example, halo effect, I did hear it, but I have never really understood the entire meaning of it. But the stories that you put around it to describe these effects, I think connected with us, both in terms of halo effect and placebo effect. So I think it was a very, very engaging and insightful theme. I'll just reiterate what our voting master has put in the chat box. Like, go to the link and put on your votes, because it is very important to acknowledge the people who have done their roles in the best way possible, and so that we can actually see who has done their roles the best. In the meantime, I would like to invite other guests who have joined us in the meeting. Pragyan, did you, if you are there, can you share? Did you like the meeting? Do you have any takeaways from the meeting, or do you want something else from the Toastmasters meeting?
It's pleasure to be part of the meeting, and I thought that the illusion will be only in the TMOD, but I was surprised that illusion on TTM session as well. You have to search the numbers, and every time a number comes up, now I was like, I was feeling lucky to be asked on the first or second go. If I would be on the sixth or seventh one, it would be more difficult for me to search for that number as well. And thank you for all those and topics, table topic master. I would say the amazing topics. For evaluators, I must say the evaluation was so precise, like 2 minutes 30 seconds he evaluated all those, give the commendation and recommendation in those 2 minutes 30 seconds time to all the people. So it was great connecting with you all. And the best part was the grammarian report. I have never seen this. I have attended so many virtual meetings as well. My club is an offline club, but I have never seen this kind of particular Excel sheet and so specific about all those things. So it was a learning experience for me. Looking forward for all the meetings of your club.
Thank you so much. Yes, like you mentioned, I think Table Topic Master did a good job connecting the theme with his innovativeness and conducting the table topics. Now just going to table topics, I think Dr. Pasha, you joined a little bit late, and that's why I could not be a part of table topic session, but I hope that next time around you join us a little bit earlier so that you can also be a part of our table topics. Manovira,
sure.
Yeah.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
All right. Okay. Manovira, I think you did a wonderful job in your table topics. I think we have seen you earlier also in Speech Weavers, but how did you like today's meeting?
First and foremost, I would like to thank Adash for the invite. He kept reminding, and I was truly intrigued by the theme, illusion. I was thinking, how are they going to illuse me into losing myself? I wanted to find out more, and I felt I came halfway, so I couldn't really get what the TMOD was explaining, but I did hear about the placebo. Even though I read about it, I know about it, I talk about it, but the way she explains it was very nice to hear, very pleasing to hear. So I felt I should have listened to the other explanation. Oh, and I see this meeting is overall, the table topic was definitely engaging, and the topics are intriguing, and it's like a twist which makes us think. So I really applaud the table topic master. Just a slight suggestion to the table topic master. Great topic, nicely done. If you could smile more, and be more energetic. It will be even more engaging. You are doing a very well job, so you could just up the ante, in my opinion. And I really admire the grammarian's report. Very well structured, and not only what he prepared, but the way he conveyed. I also want to learn like how he speaks very soft, slow, and you have a sense of authority by the way you speak. So thanks for inviting me for the meeting. Adash, I owe you one, and over to you, presiding officer.
Thank you so much, Manavira. I think we hope you join us again in the subsequent meetings and take up some roles in our club as well, because we would love to see you taking up roles in our clubs. As we saw today, Toastmasters of the Day, Toastmaster Neeta is not from our club, but because of her, a lot of people gravitated towards this meeting because of this amazing theme that she has chosen. Finally, just to cross-check others, do we have the number of votes that we require, or there are some people still yet to vote?
We do have a sizable number of votes. I think we have around 10 of them. So I'll go ahead and announce the winners. But before that, I'll just stop accepting responses. That's right. I think you're done. Your opportunity to vote for your favorite speakers and road takers is done for now. So Bidu, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and announce the winners.
Sure, go ahead.
The best supporting note taker for today was split between the Zoom Master, Toastmaster Bidu, and the Sergeant of Arms, Toastmaster Nitin. Now, I can tell you for a fact that all three of them were very, very good today, and I think it was very, very close because we have Toastmaster Bidu, who's the Zoom Master, we have the Joke Master, Toastmaster Girish, and then we have the Sergeant of Arms, Toastmaster Nitin. I cannot really put a finger on any of them. I can tell you for a fact that all three of them are great. Congratulations. The best role taker in today's meeting was again a close fight between our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Neeta, and the Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Nitin. And by a hair, it is Toastmaster Nitin. Congratulations, Toastmaster Nitin, on being the best role taker for today's meeting. Going to the best auxiliary role taker today. Okay, you know what? I think we're having a very hard time with the voting today. It is split once again between Toastmaster Bidu and myself, Toastmaster Adarsh. Thank you very much for voting for the both of us. We are eternally grateful. And now we only had one speaker and one evaluator today, so there was no better way for us to sort of vote for them than for us to rate them on a scale of 0 to 5. So our speaker, Toastmaster Ankur, was rated 5 stars. He was given a rating of 5 on a scale of 0 to 5 by around 5 to 7 of them in the room, which is truly astounding. And coming to our evaluator, he received an overwhelming number of votes for the number 4. That is right. He was rated 4 on a scale of 0 to 5, which is truly amazing. Congratulations to both the speakers as the evaluator. And last but not the least, the most interesting of them all, the best table topic speaker in today's meeting. The best table topic speaker in today's meeting was, well, the best table topic speaker, without a doubt, it is our Toastmaster Girish. That is amazing. Toastmaster Girish, congratulations on being the best table topic speaker at Speech Weavers for the first time ever. Back to you, Toastmaster Bill.
Thank you so much. By the way, I think this is the first time Toastmaster Girish is taking part in our table topics. Am I correct?
After a long time, actually.
Yeah. So congratulations on that, and congratulations to all the winners who have won in their respective roles. I think we are coming to a close to a wonderful meeting. I again thank the people who have joined from outside of the club, Toastmasters of the Day, Neeta, our speaker, Toastmaster Ankur. Thank you for choosing to give this amazing speech in our club. It was very informative. Thank you, guests, Akif Javed, Pragya, Venkatesh Kumar, Munish, Manavira, Dr. Pasha for joining us. We hope to see you again next Friday, same time. With this, I conclude. Thank you. Good evening and bye-bye.
Good evening to all of you. Please
Thank
join
you.
with your friends and relatives, and it's when they enjoy the evening that God has given to you. God bless you all.
Good night. Thank you.